Welcome to Cute Things by Rebecca. I am Rebecca, and today we are going to make an applique headband. This is an old file that I've had for a couple of years now. I had a group member want a video on it, so I'm going to make a quick video on it. There are PDF directions with the files, but some people are visual learners, and I completely understand that. I am a visual learner too when it comes to making new things. So if I can help somebody have success with my designs, I will do what I can to make that happen. So with that being said, I believe those headbands come in 3 or 4 different sizes. I chose to do the 10-inch long one. It'll fit in a 6x10 hoop. So the supplies that you need is your main vinyl fabric, or you can use non-fraying fabric. I like to put felt on the back of the headbands. You can use whatever you'd like. I just think it's softer on your head. And since we're doing applique, just grab some applique fabric. I'm using woven, cotton woven, but you can use vinyl or whatever you'd like. If you want to stabilize your woven with some Heat and Bond Light, you can do that. You just iron it on, and it helps with fraying and stuff. I'm not worried about it because the satin's pretty large on these, and so I'm not gonna do the Heat and Bond. And I'm a little under the weather this weekend, but I promised I would try to get a video done, so I'm trying over here. So, and fold over elastic or elastic, whatever you want to use, and depending on the size of the head and the headband, the cuts of this will vary. I did not put those in the directions, the cuts, because like there's a 7-inch size, probably for a child, you're gonna need less fold over elastic. So and if you're making an adult size headband, which I think the 12-inch is great for that, you're gonna need different size fold over elastic or whatever elastic you use. Just you're gonna have to measure your head, or you know, a head. You're gonna have to measure it. So as far as actual dimensions cut wise for the elastic, I'm not gonna give you a specific because it's gonna be different. And what makes it nice when you use fold over elastic, we're gonna tie it. So you can leave it a bit long if you were to sell them at shows, so they can untie them and tie them up to make them tighter. That's what I suggest doing. So don't go short, go longer. Always go longer. It's always good to have more than enough than not enough. So you can use, this design has placements for snaps, where you can put your elastic through and then snap it, and or you can use a little eyelet on there. I'm going to do the eyelet and then just weave my fold over elastic through it. I think that's the best and easiest way, because with the little snaps on your head, it might hurt. I don't know. I've never made them and used them with the snaps, but I have with the eyelets. So first step on the machine is a placement. Let's go do that now. Okay, so we have a placement step. With this being applique and everything, what you want to do is just take your main vinyl piece or whatever you like to use, and then place it over the entire step. The next step on the machine is a placement for your applique. Okay, so we have our placement for the applique. Now what you want to do is just take your applique fabric and place it over that area, and the next step on the machine is going to tack that down. Okay, so that's tacked down. Now what you want to do is grab your favorite pair of applique scissors and just trim real close to that stitch line of your fabric all the way around. And the next step on the machine is the satin. Now if you decided you didn't want to do the satin, that's fine too. Just use Vinyl would be good. You don't have to run that satin. You do what we want around here. I keep saying that, but shoot. Make it your project. Make it what you want. So it's all trimmed. If I were to use Heat and Bond, I wouldn't have these little stragglers here. But I'm lazy today because I don't feel good. It's not always necessary to use Heat and Bond, but it's a great product for applique and when you're using woven. So, okay, I'm going to run that satin stitch. I'll be right back. Okay, so the satin is ran. The next step on the machine is where you want to add your backing. So I'm going to place my felt over the entire project. I'm going to tape it and run the next step. Okay, so the very last step on the machine is placements for your snaps or your whatever you're wanting to use. I'm going to skip those and I'm just going to eyeball it and put an eyelet in the center of this area. But there are placements if you want to use snaps. So I'm finished. I'm going to remove from my hood. I did use cutaway on this. You can use whatever stabilizer you want. It doesn't matter. I just figure if it's going on the head, you might want something a little bit sturdier. And one that's not going to give, you know, if it gets washed or whatever. So just trim it around it, and I'm going to finish that up and I'll be right back and I'll add my eyelets. Okay, all trimmed up. So when I use eyelets, I use the crop dial to punch my hole and to set it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you real quick how I use this. I've given these away in the group too. Because I think they make your life easier. And I have, my hands are not the strongest, and this makes it so much easier for me. So just grab your eyelet. I don't know why I grabbed black, but we grabbed black. And I got the little back piece. And you just take that little pop-up piece and put it in there and press. You don't have to press very hard. And do the same for the other side. Okay, so now what you want to do is just weave your fold over elastic or elastic, whatever you want to use. Just weave it through however you want. You're going to have a couple of layers, or you can tie it. You can put a little knot here and just tie it. If you want the little pokey thing out, you know, the little knot, or you can weave it through. I mean, it's really up to you. I just make the designs. You all come up with the cool ways to do them. So, and then what I would do is I would just tie a little knot in there. This is the 10-inch size, probably for maybe a 10-year-old-ish head. So it just depends on the size of the head. But if I decided to wear it, I might need to make it a little bit longer. But you just tie a little knot in it. And it'll easily come out, so you can adjust it. So anyways, there's the applique headband. It's cute and fun. Easy to customize when you're using applique, or you just use your fun prints. I forgot about these. I'm glad my group member, she asked to see one done. So I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching.